ಹಾಯ್ ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಓಕೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟಿವಿಯ ವಾಹಿನಿಗೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ LNT ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, LNTಯ ಒಂದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂಗಸಂಸ್ಥೆ. ಇವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಕಥಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ 8 ಬೇರೆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಕಥಾನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಟೀಮಲ್ಲೂ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ತರ AI ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋರು LNT ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, LTTS ಕಂಪನಿ. ಇದರ COO ಅವರಾದ ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ 35 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳ ಬಹುಮಾನವನ್ನ ಈ ತಂಡಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಾಗಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು 8 ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ 24 ಗಂಟೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಮೈಸೂರು, ಚೆನ್ನೈ, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್, ಪುಣೆ, ವಡೋದರಾ, ಮುಂಬೈ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಲ್ಲಾಸ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಯುರೋಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯೂನಿಚ್, ಈ 8 ಜಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಔಟ್ಕಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ನೀವು ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗೋ ತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಬನ್ನಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಣ.
Good afternoon. This is Mruthynjay Singh, and we are talking about the global open hack that we are doing. We have 3,700 plus participants across the globe. In Bengaluru, of course, in Mysuru, in Pune, in Vadodara. We are also having participants in Munich and Dallas. The idea is to do this globally because we want to make sure that every one of our employees across all the streams are working together to solve complex problems. These problems will be for future that we deliver to customer. These are issues about mobility, there are issues about medical field, there are challenges around shipping, around every other area. We want to solve these bigger problems, and we brought everyone together to leverage the engineering intelligence available in the world and see how we can embed that in our products and processes.
How many participants are there? What does it take away for them?
3,700 plus people participating across the globe. We want to make sure that when they create these solutions, we will invest in that. Some of them will become IP for us, some of them will become product for us, and that this is like a talent spotting. We are hoping to create a next generation of future revenue for the company based on what we see in next 24 hours. What we are doing is, if you look at the world over, there is a big shift in technology. And this technology shift that is coming is very different. So far, technology used to shift in years, then it started to shift in months, and now it's become within week technology is changing. And when we go through such a huge change, it compresses a cycle of work very differently. And the reason for that is for the first time we are going to get intelligence, human-like intelligence, sitting outside of people. So I'll draw your attention to 3 big shifts that has happened. If you recall, when we were younger, I used to do maths using hands. Then came calculator. And most people forgot to do maths. Right? We stopped doing maths. We didn't remember anybody's phone number because now we had names. Then it came a stage when we forgot to know direction because the phone had GPS type maps and we don't remember directions. Most people get in the car, put a map and drive. You tell them where to go, they will not know it. So we are going from an age of basic knowledge to memory, which is getting outside. So now we are entering an area where intelligence will sit outside. So that's a very disruptive thought in the market. And which is why you're seeing a big rush for people investing money in what is called this AI-led companies, trillions of dollars of valuation, which is unheard of. Nobody thought that you could do an IPO of $1 trillion+. And the reason is if I can so earlier we used to take memory out. You don't need to memorize. You can be more efficient. But now you take intelligence out, what does it make of people? That's the biggest shift that is happening. Now what people can do is solve complex problems with the help of intelligence that is much bigger. Individually, I might be very smart, but collectively, all of us are way more smarter than individually any of us. And that's what this big shift is. And when we see that shift, as an engineering company, we figured out that if we don't put this intelligence in the right manner, then it will not deliver the value that we're expecting from intelligence, right? It's like when you take a human and you use very intelligent, we don't teach the right constraints, we don't teach the right culture, right behavior, that same intelligence may not work appropriately. So we need to what we call engineer the intelligence right. And that's why we're calling it engineering intelligence. We want to make sure, sorry, I think it's my phone. We need to engineer the intelligence in a way that it gives the impact that we want it to create. Now, the way we do this today at our company is we are talking to customers, starting how do you change your organization with this new intelligence that is coming in your organization? How do you change the entire company? How do you get your board, the last person on the floor who's actually operating a machine? How do you align the effort between these two to make sure you take advantage of this intelligence that is available outside the market, right? From there, we then work with the partners who bring these tools. We train our people. We have trained almost 20,000 people on this new intelligent tool which is available. We have trained 5,000 people in depth on how to use this intelligence tool. The hackathon is to enable this 3,000 plus people who are there today, I think 3,700 people across the globe, is to see their power of solving complex problems. And the kind of problems we're trying to solve. I mean, if you've taken the walk, I was pleasantly surprised to see the vision of the kids who are trying to solve this. There's one kid who's trying to build black box for a car. Right? There is a black box for airplane, we all know. But it has never stuck to anyone to build a black box for a car. There's no car which has a black box today. It can be extremely powerful tool for crash proofing, for safety, and a bunch of things that we can do. Now we are able to do this because some of our people who are mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, who understand the machinery of the vehicle, are able to look at this tech and say, hey, I can build something like this. There's one group which is trying to build, if you do a jaw surgery, the jaw surgery is a very complex process, right? It has to be very precise. The calculation, maybe that those people had some experience, personal experience. I asked them, why did you pick this? Because jaw surgery is extremely complex. To do jaw surgery, you need to do an extreme complex mathematical model. These kids are saying, in 24 hours, I'll build a system which can help the doctor do a precise jaw surgery looking at your X-ray and can give you exact calculation that you need. Now this is a great example of how you can leverage this intelligence sitting outside to solve large, complex problems that we could not think of solving. And that is the power we are trying to do. And there are many such examples. And I think we've opened the floor. You can go and talk to these people and understand. And one kid is building, this group is building intelligence about how do I get organization to have one single interface. So rather than talking to someone to get me a laptop, someone to get me a policy, someone to get me approval, someone to get my manager's access, all of this, can this be one face, one entity? Which means I am speaking to LTTS, not to 10 different systems. But one of them is actually trying to build it. Now, doing something like this in 24 hours is a challenge. And the reason for 24 hours is because if we put cross-discipline people together, they all sit next to each other, we can quickly solve these complex problems. Otherwise, what will happen is there will be isolated teams. Somebody will come for 8 hours, then something will happen, customer will come, some other disruption will happen, and they'll stop working. So the idea is that get everyone together for 24 hours. We are here, and I'm going to be here for 24 hours, trying to be with the team to understand what they're doing. And I have been involved with Hackathon for last 12 plus years. I personally find it extremely exciting to sit and solve a problem in a very short time. Because I think extraordinary feat is always done in a short time, not in a long term. Nobody in the world has been able to change extraordinary thing by taking years and years. People are able to do extraordinary things in short window. And this is a great opportunity. That's how we see it. We are very, very excited about what we are doing. We are doing in all the centers in India. We are doing in Europe, in Berlin, Munich, and we are doing in Dallas. Dallas because we have a hub there, a bunch of people who can come together. We're doing it. Munich, we have a EI Center of Excellence, which is built where we can bring clients to visualize how to solve these problems. Right? And a lot of times what happens is clients have their own ecosystem trying to solve the problem on their own. Right? I mean, so for example, I'm a mobile company and I'm a car company. I have talked to everybody in the car ecosystem. But maybe you have not spoken to somebody who's from, maybe shipping industry, maybe somebody who's a bank, maybe somebody who's a retailer, right? The way they solve, like today, if you look at user experience is best in especially retail companies. Now, can I bring that user experience to car companies? The security is best in banking. Can I bring that security into car companies as an example? So how do I learn cross-pollinate from all this? We are able to do in our AI center of excellence. And the reason for physical center is because you can visualize things. We still, as a human, I need to look at physical objects. That's what I can relate to, right? We can't relate to a lot of abstract concepts unless we are physically seeing those things. So that's why we created a center, and we will have one more in US very soon, where customers can come and experience the disruption that we try to drive. So that's the broad vision. We are, just to summarize, we are trying to make sure that we are embedding intelligence. We're trying to make sure we get it right by engineering it properly in the process and in the products. And then we're ensuring that we take our entire 25,000 people and pivot to the new world. And that's the attempt. And this hackathon is an attempt to make sure that we are geared up for shifting it. In fact, I was telling when we opened it, that we are actually creating the future of LTTS through this hackathon.